SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In headlines, Minister of Finance and Economic Planning defends the government's decision to get involved in hotel development. Lawyers represented a former education minister in Jamaica and 4 others accused of milking state coffers, says the allegations are false and unsubstantiated. European powers urged Turkey to cease Syria operation. And in sports, Barbados Tridents defy the odds to reach CPL final. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Friday, October the 11th, 2019. I am Bhavin there with the details. The government will continue to play a role in the development of the hotel industry, but at the same time will not ignore the role of private sector investors. So said Minister of Finance and Economic Planning Camila Gonzalez while responding to a question in Parliament yesterday on the ongoing hotel developments at Mount Wynn and in Peters Hope. Upon completion of these hotels, the room stock will increase to approximately 1,000 rooms, including 2 government-funded hotels, one at Mount Wynn, which will have 250 rooms, and another at Diamond, which will have 92 rooms. Speaking about the development at Mount Wynn and Peters Hope, Minister Gonzalez said these areas were earmarked for hotel development by previous administrations, and there is nothing wrong with the current government getting involved in hotel development, noting they will have a responsibility to ensure their vision for SVG's tourism development is executed.
And over the years, there have been many false starts in conversations about the development of the Mount Wynn site. Of course, there have been people who are willing, either as speculators or as investors, to get involved in Mount Wynn in the hospitality sector. But we believe, this government, and I believe to the credit of Sir James's government as well, believed that that particular site is a jewel and that it must be developed within the precise parameters of what the state envisages St. Vincent and the Grenadines' tourism product to look like. And it made not sense to have this or that fly-by-night entity come and set up a hotel there that is not in keeping with the vision that we have for tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on the mainland, in setting a standard for what we want mass tourism to look like in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Minister Gonzalez said recognizing the impediments to hotel development, the government had to indicate that the state was committed to the services and hospitality industry, and the investment in the hotel sector is one way of showing this commitment.
And yes, we spoke to other entities, but in the fullness of those conversations, we thought that the best developer in a timely manner for the Mount Wynn facility was the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Peters Hope, which is the adjoining piece, I think most of us know Mount Wynn and Peters Hope are essentially separated by a bluff. Peters Hope is being developed, at least a significant portion of that land, by a private developer. And that private developer is building 400 rooms at Peters Hope, while we're only building 250 at Mount Wynn. In fact, the 2 hotels we're building together don't add up to the one hotel being built at Peters Hope, and I mentioned the private sector investment that's going on at Royal Mill, and the Honourable member, I'm sure, is aware, and I'm certainly, if he's not aware, the Honourable Leader of the Opposition is aware of private sector hotel developments occurring in the Grenadines and expansions of the existing room stock by the private sector.
The Finance Minister said despite criticisms, the government's investment in hotel development has not deterred private investors from showing interest in the industry.
To this narrative that the state has crowded out private sector development in the hospitality space. We are a small player, but a significant one, because we are able to set the tone for what we want St. Vincent and the Grenadines to look like and to become as a tourism destination. So we continue to remain open. In fact, other private sector developers will be coming to the island within the next couple of weeks, significant names, and we hope that they will find a place in our growing and burgeoning tourism mix. But they're at this early stage, just as there was in Barbados, when Barbados felt it necessary in the early days of their development to get involved in the Hilton Hotel there, just as it was in the Bahamas, when in their early days they owned many hotels as a state, just as it has been in St. Kitts and Nevis, just as it has been in Antigua and Barbuda. Sometimes when you're just getting started, you need a little push from the state. And we feel that we have considered the options, and we feel that this injection of capital, of enthusiasm, of confidence by the state is in no small way related to the other private sector entities that are coming into the country and want to develop tourism in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Minister of Tourism, Sports and Culture Cecil McKee says work is ongoing to have the Maritime and Hospitality Institute completed and fully operational soon. He was at the time responding to a question in Parliament yesterday on the Institute, which has been on construction and development since 2011, with funding of over €3 million from the European Union. Minister McKee said some of the infrastructure are already in place, with the SVG Community College conducting several hospitality programs since 2016. However, there has been some challenges relating to the maritime program, which is expected to provide certificate training for seafarers.
Now, the critical aspect to get the maritime program started is the construction of the confined space firefighting training simulator. And I want to advise the Honourable Member and this Honourable House that on Monday this week we actually received the submission, because you know that this expertise is not available in any abundance in the region. So we had a process of finding the right submissions. So a submission was made on Monday, and that has been reviewed by the Ministry of Transport and Works. And I think we are at the stage now where we can now submit to Cabinet for a review after it has gone through all the assessment stages, and that we can move into the actual construction phase of that component of the project.
Minister McKee said while he recognizes the importance of the maritime program, work must be done to ensure the project is executed correctly.
The Honourable Member, the assurance, and of course St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Ministry is very conscious of the importance of the provision of these services at the Institute, and in fact that's why we are constructing the Institute. And the Ministry is also very much aware of the importance of training to persons, particularly in light of the fact that the cruise ships are no longer providing that training. So we are very conscious of the need to complete the facility as soon as possible. So despite that importance, as I indicated, that we have to make sure we get it right, dot the I's and cross the T's. So while I cannot give a specific date that the entire operation will be completed and become fully operational, I can say to the Honourable Member that we should be going into the construction phase very shortly.
The Kingston Preparatory School today hosted a food exhibition as part of their activities to celebrate World Food Day and SVG's 40th Independence Anniversary. The students, teachers, parents and other well-wishers were decked out in their national colors at the exhibition. As we hear in this report by Larissa Pugsy-Kidd, Minister of Agriculture Sabosa Caesar, who visited the exhibition, used the opportunity to encourage parents and guardians to promote healthy eating habits in their children.
Across SVG are being encouraged to introduce their children to fruits and vegetables at an early age. The appeal came from Minister of Agriculture Sabosa Caesar, who said this should be reflected in the children's lunch packs daily. Minister Caesar was speaking at a food exhibition hosted today at the Kingston Preparatory School in observance of World Food Day and as part of the school's activities to celebrate SVG's 40th independence anniversary.
I want to say to you, no, I don't want you to drink all that sugary stuff. I want the mothers and fathers to squeeze some lime. I hear some of them say, no, squeeze some lime. Use the golden apple skin and blend it up. I want the parents to give the children a banana instead of a biscuit.
Senior Forestry Supervisor Cornelius Richards reiterated the need to feed the nation's children healthy foods, noting that it will do them well for the future of the country.
Your children to eat healthy. Can you imagine St. Vincent 100 years from now? What type of legacy we're leaving behind for our children? If we do not encourage our kids to develop that attitude now of eating properly, exercising, developing good thoughts, our generation in the future will be compromised. We will not be a successful nation, I can promise you that.
At the exhibition, fruits and vegetables were on display as well as other healthy foods prepared by parents and teachers.
Sweet potato, very good.
The children were informed of the health benefits of the various food items on display, and they then shared with us their favorite fruits.
My favorite fruit is strawberries and blueberries. I like it. Banana.
The exhibition also featured a mini independence showcase where the national colors were prominent.
And if you notice at this time we have our cultured presentation with our KPS dancers at this time. So we are celebrating our World Food Day and also a part of our independence as our colors reflect this morning.
Today's activity was held under the theme, Our Actions Are Our Future, Healthy Diets for a Zero Hunger World. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsy-Kidd.
Another appeal has been made for the public to pay more attention to those living with mental illness. This call was reiterated by Ward Manager at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center, Melissa Stowe, at today's Sporting Day held at the Calico playing field for the patients to culminate Mental Health Week of activities. The week of activities were held to bring awareness to issues of mental health and those associated with suicide. Sister Stowe said the Sporting Day was a good way to provide the patients with therapy through physical activities.
This week we celebrated mental health awareness under the theme Mental Health Promotion and Suicide Prevention. Today we brought the patients to the Calico playing field where we are conducting our sporting activities. And sports is important because of health. Activity is important in order to build the muscles. When you exercise, you release hormones that make the body feel good, make the body feel pleasant. So this is something that we try to do at least twice per year for the patients. But activity is important generally. It builds the mind, you engage the mind, and so sometimes the patients are so stagnated. They're doing one thing over and over again. So today's activity is really, really important.
Sister Stowe said the patients were looking forward to the activities and expressed disappointment with the support from the members of the public.
Yes, the patients are happy. We didn't have any problems in getting them to participate. In fact, they're already looking forward to the next time we have this event. I must say that I am disappointed that I have not seen more public support. 1 or 2 persons came out and they interacted with the patients and they were happy. But I'm hoping that next year we can see more persons. We have it every year at the Caliapa playing field around this time, the week of the 10th of October. So I'm extending an early invitation to the public to come out and join the patients and staff of the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center. And today's event is taking place in conjunction with the sports department. So I want to say thank you to them.
Our news team caught up with some of the patients and staff at the institution who were enjoying these sporting activities.
It's an activity that we look forward to every year because it's always fun. It's a good way to engage with patients outside of the therapeutic session. It's good for patients. They get to come out, run up and down, get some fresh air and enjoy the activities. We just had a game of Round Dodge and it was a very interesting and fun game. Patients and staff engaged in the game and patients are doing much better than us. But it is a great activity and we're hoping that next year persons will come out from the community and join us in our sports day.
For sports, I enjoy being on the field in Kwakwa with the patients, and I think it's a good idea to pay attention to the patient. You never know what a bank could do. You never know what a bank could do, and you find out what somebody's ability is. There could be someone in the world and there could be something, and you could set a pace for you all. And I like the people who promote sports, to pay attention to sports in the area, so we can see what we're doing.
It's a form of exercise and we are having fun.
Right, you want to be able to take part in these activities more often?
Yes, I really love them because they help us to be free, more alert and better in our heads.
And you think the public should also come out more often and give you guys some support?
Yeah, I would like them to give us chairs and a little bit more.
New captains in charge of the Salvation Army and appeal for the support of all Vincentians to execute their programs. These and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. When you walk through our doors, our work begins. From corsages, to flowers, to guest books, whatever you need to make that funeral a memorable one. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the 3rd floor of the First St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the First St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
disease is a growing concern around the world and here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Chronic kidney disease is a life-threatening condition which occurs when a person's kidneys are no longer able to clean the toxins and waste products from the blood or perform other kidney functions normally. When this happens, a person needs dialysis. Dialysis is where a machine takes over the function of the kidney and safely removes the poisonous waste from the blood. Since 2012, Health Solutions Inc. has operated a full-service hemodialysis facility in SVG that offers state-of-the-art equipment, courteous, well-trained staff, and a comfortable treatment environment.
We're encouraging for early detection. Anyone who is either diabetic or hypertensive and has any questions or concerns, please contact us at 784-451-2836 or visit us at www.healthsolutionssvg.org.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The SVG Salvation Army has 2 new captains leading the organization. They have been in the state now for 3 months and are seeking the support of all Vincentians to advance their programs. As we hear in this report by Larissa Pugsley Kidd, the 2 captains, a husband and wife team, say they are focusing their attention at this time on the feeding and the Christmas Kettle Appeal programs.
Advancing the Salvation Army's programs here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is now the responsibility of the Gashlins Commanding Officer Captain Ernest Gashlin and his wife, Captain Jimani, who are from Haiti but who were last stationed in Jamaica.
Not always easy when you go to a place or a country, but the packing or to move to go to another country is not easy, but we already made up our minds for that. So we are in Salvation Army for a long time. But being an officer, we are officers of the Salvation Army for over 13 years now.
The couple said they are hoping to reach out and provide assistance to many Vincentians as possible, but that they will need the full support of the general public.
We're looking for the support from the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And as my wife said, it is, especially the feeding program is something that we do every day from Monday to Friday.
Captain Jimani Gashlin is in charge of the feeding programs as well as overseeing the operations of the preschool and daycare center. She said they have been making headway, but there is always room for improvement, particularly as the Christmas season approaches, which coincides with their Christmas Kettle program, which will be launched on November 15.
We know that we are out there solicit funds for the less fortunate, those who cannot afford a good meal, especially in December. And in the Salvation Army, they are accustomed also doing it. So we are waiting every year, asking the citizen, asking friends, asking everybody to help us, because on our own we'll not be able to give everybody what we would like to give them.
The Gashlins, who have been married for 20 years, now with 2 children, are also responsible for spearheading the church activities, an important element of the Salvation Army.
A lot of people do not know or believe that the Salvation Army is a church, because a lot of people know the Salvation Army, see the Salvation Army just during Christmas time. But I want to say that the Salvation Army is a Christian church. We believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. It is social.
We give you the word. Even if we have to give you, we give you the word, and after what we have to give you, we give it to you.
Yeah.
The Salvation Army also has a thrift shop, and over the years, hundreds of persons in need have benefited from it along with other services. The Gashlins replaced Major Pierre Antoine, who is now serving in Guyana. Reporting for SVG-TV News, Larissa Pugsley Kidd.
4 students of the University of the West Indies Open Campus, SVG, each were presented yesterday with a bursary from the Eastern Caribbean Group of Companies Foundation, Inc. The ECCB Bursary Award program came from the idea of company former manager Ozzie Davey in 2016 to support education and health. Speaking at the Bursary Awards presentation ceremony yesterday, head of the UWI Open Campus SVG, Deborah Dalrymple, said that she is very proud of the students who receive assistance from the ECGC Foundation, Inc., and knows they would put it to good use. Dalrymple, who is anticipating the reopening of their campus site, which is currently undergoing renovation work, said she is proud of the achievements of the UWI. She thanked the ECGC for its continued support to the Open Campus and its students over the years.
2018, we were 70 years old, and also at that time we were also voted in the top 5% worldwide for universities. That's not a small feat. Yes, all our alumni. That's not a small feat at all, because we are competing with universities that are hundreds of years old. And when you consider the university 70 years old and the depth and breadth of the contribution that the university has made to our regional development, we're very proud to be UE students. We are now on the top 4%, by the way. Our principal visited last week and told us we're not on the top 4%. And you know that has to do with recognition of the quality of the education we get at UE. Thank you. ECGC always been there in our corner for the last 7 cohorts. So, you know, it's been very well, very great working with ECGC.
Director of the ECGC Foundation, Inc., Dixon Finley, congratulated the recipients of the bursaries and encouraged them to study hard and do their best to give back to SVG.
I want to congratulate all the recipients, because, as you know, education is vital, and the more education we get, the better St. Vincent the Grenadines can do. St. Vincent and the Grenadines can do. Well, I was told to say St. Vincent. It's important that we, in the whole scheme of things, look at what we're doing in terms of the foundation. And we're not only supporting persons at the open campus, we also have students at the Division of Technical and Vocational Education. I was told again that we have about 15 students there now, Phyllis. And we also have some students at the A-level college.
Finley said that the government has a policy to help at least one person from each household to get a university degree by 2025 and encourages more males to take advantages of this opportunity.
I know the government has a policy where it is looking to have at least one graduate in each household by the year 2025. But as I said at a ceremony held on Monday or on Tuesday, I'm still concerned that every time we go to an award ceremony, I'm only seeing the females today. It's 4 females and all females and no males. I'm encouraging my male counterparts. The Open Campus is here to welcome you. Make sure you register. Make sure you do your best. Because if we continue in this way, I don't want St. Vincent to come a point when we have to import import husbands for the ladies who are highly qualified. And I say this in a
The SVG National Mediation Committee will be hosting a week of activities from October the 13th through 18th, 2019 to promote court-connected mediation in the state. It usually said from the committee said one of the objectives of the week of activities is to bring awareness of the benefits of mediation to persons in conflict and the wider community. The highlights of the week of activities will be a panel discussion on SVG-TV on Monday, October the 14th at 8 p.m., a lecture on Wednesday, October the 16th by Regional Mediation Coordinator Francis Compton at French's House, a mediation and legal aid clinic on Thursday, October the 17th at the Old Library Grounds in Kingstown, and a mediation dramatization at the House of Assembly on Friday, October the 18th at 2 p.m. The National Mediation Committee embarked on a public awareness campaign in May 2019, which is projected to run for an initial period of 12 months. The public awareness campaign is being conducted under the Judicial Reform and Institutional Strengthening Project, which is managed by the Caribbean Court of Justice and funded by the Canadian government. Lawyers representing a former education minister in Jamaica and 4 others accused of milking state coffers says the allegations are false and unsubstantiated. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths, arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
This is Jake's Kitchen, the most trendy place to customize your kitchen in all of SVG. And when we say trendy, you better believe it's hot. Cause we've got the latest in stylish kitchen accessories and fittings at astonishingly available prices. Guaranteed to make your kitchen bling bling. And our new arrivals will do just that. Step up to our showroom, upstairs Caribbean Glass in Kingstown, and make your kitchen the envy of all. When you're customized by Jake's Kitchen, you don't keep up with the neighbors. Oh no, the neighbors better keep up with you.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we hear that 2 of 3 lawyers represented the 5 people accused of milking state coffers in Jamaica of over $50 million, among other illegal acts yesterday, came out swinging in defense of their clients, charging that the allegations were false and unsubstantiated, while lambasting the investigators for using unnecessary tactics to detain the individuals. The lawyers also questioned whether the agents of the Financial Investigations Division, Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, and the Constabulary Financial Unit of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Division, who arrested their clients Wednesday after staging early morning raids at their homes, were influenced by political and individuals with hidden agendas. We hear more in this TVJ News Report.
It's almost 3 months until January 23, the day before Reed and his 4 co-accused reappear in court. It may seem a distant time, but for the attorneys representing the accused persons, every day counts in the effort to prove their client's innocence. The court was told on Thursday that there were WhatsApp conversations between Reed and Pinnock discussing payments of funds that were allegedly defrauded. The prosecution will be using that along with other evidence in an effort to secure convictions. We put the issue to Hugh Wildman, the attorney representing Professor Fritz Pinnock.
If they had evidence that Mr. Reed and Professor Pinnock were communicating by WhatsApp or by phone, given the length of time that they had to do this operation, they would have, a proper investigator would have had that information to confront him with it yesterday and say, look here, these are text messages that we get from this phone. Can you speak to that? Nothing was done like that.
When asked if he was speaking prematurely, given the fact disclosures have not been made, this was his response.
Because he was subjected to a lengthy question and answer, if they had done their work and had that information, the law is that he should have been confronted with it.
His client, Professor Fritz Pinnock, was taken from his home in Helsher, St. Catherine on Wednesday after the police swooped down on the property. Mr. Wildman raised issue with how it was done. Mr. Wildman also argued that the operation was carried out in an order to meet the political aspirations of some persons. He was asked who.
I think the people of Jamaica are sufficiently intelligent to come to that conclusion.
So, the attorneys have questioned the process, what influenced the arrests, along with the lack of evidence presented thus far. The allegations outlined are that all 5 participated in a scheme which defrauded the state of approximately $56 million.
And that's why I'm saying we'd like to see the evidence. Just come and read out something from information. It's not good enough. You had over a year to compile your case. One would have expected that when you come today, you'd have had even some basic statements to say, look here, we have a statement from John Brown to say that you did this or you did that. Up to now, nothing like that.
The founder of the Transform Life Ministries Rehabilitation Center in Aruca, Trinidad, where 69 people were rescued earlier this week by police, says his intentions are pure and the attack on his rehab center is politically motivated. Pastor Glenn Awang says the persons who will shut down his operation is God. We hear more in this TTT News report.
I am not involved in human trafficking and I do not torture people. This from Pastor Glenn Awang, founder of the Transformed Life Ministry in Aruca, where 69 persons were on Wednesday rescued by members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. 65 men and 4 women were removed from the facility, said to cater for the rehabilitation of drug addicts and mentally ill people who are violent, and described what happened just after midnight on Wednesday.
Right? When I look, I said, who's that? And the police. I said, well, let me see on the badge. And they kicked down every day, they mashed down the place. Glass like that where they had no right to break. They punctured the glass, food cupboards, they break it up. That was not necessary.
Mr. Awang said he thinks the attack on his business place is related to a matter in which he is suing the state for $1.4 million. Concerning allegations of abuse of patients and information that tasers and batons were found during the police's search of the premises, the pastor said those allegations are untrue. As for persons held in confinement, the Transformed Life Ministry founder said those are not cages.
So to deal with mental clients, you have to have seclusional rooms. If you all visit St. Elizabeth home, you'll recognize have little children because when them trip off and get in a different mood, you have to have police to control them. To deal with mental clients, if you want to know what is seclusion room, you go in sentence, and therefore when they trip off, we'll have clients who will trip off, we'll have clients cut off their 9 toes of their foot.
Mr. Awang also rubbished reports that he and others employed at TLM were arrested. He said the rehab center was searched for several hours, after which the police left.
European powers urge Turkey to cease Syria operations. This from the international scene when we return. Stay with us.
Regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set? Set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your keys. Set for Life.
Jams Car Rental has a fleet of vehicles covering all transportation options you'll need to discover or rediscover SVG. Whether you want to head to the countryside, enjoy a special weekend, or take a trip to one of our national sites, we have just the right vehicle for you. Jams Car Rental, located in Edinburgh. Call us at 485-6620 or 529-6393.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grounds 453-2089.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Couriers Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Couriers Distribution Limited.
Welcome back. Let's go further afield now. The U.S. ambassador to the United States has told Turkey to protect Syria's citizens or face the consequences. The warning came after the UN Security Council discussed the Turkish offensive at the emergency closed-door meeting. We hear more in this report.
Security Council ambassadors had been talking about Colombia in open session.
And I invite the Council members to informal consultation.
But when they headed to the deliberations on Syria, they were held in the closed consultation room next to the chamber. Perhaps they didn't want yet more division on the latest phase of Syria's long war to be seen in public. Behind closed doors, they couldn't agree on words for a joint statement. Instead, the US ambassador tried to sum up her country's position after days of controversy and confusion in Washington on whether President Trump had given a green light to the Turkish operation.
We just finished our consultations on Syria, and as the President has made abundantly clear, the U.S. has not in any way endorsed the decision of the government of Turkey to mount a military incursion into northeast Syria. President Trump has emphasized to the government of Turkey that they bear full responsibility for protecting the Kurdish population and religious minorities, including Christians, and ensuring that no humanitarian crisis takes place.
The ambassadors of EU countries who sit on the Security Council also came up with a joint statement.
We are deeply concerned by the Turkish military operation in northeast Syria. We call upon Turkey to cease the unilateral military action as we do not believe it will address Turkey's underlying security concerns.
I'm told behind the scenes there have been long discussions about those words, with Germany and France wanting to take a tougher line with Turkey than the UK. Statements from the German government and from the French government have said that they condemn what is going on, the Turkish operation, in the strongest possible terms. The UK government has not used the word condemn. Why?
I wouldn't read too much into that. We've made it very clear that we didn't support the Turkish military incursion. We don't support the operation, and we want to see it ended.
It's clear there were some disagreements among the EU countries who called this meeting, and a wider divide among the wider Security Council. Things are moving extremely fast, but again, there is little unity on the issue of Syria.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Caress Distribution Limited.
You like doing laundry, right? Nah, I didn't think so. The stains? Oh, nightmare. Thanks to the new Tropic Fresh laundry detergent, doing laundry is now hassle-free. Tropic Fresh removes dirt, cuts through stains, leaves your whites whiter, and your colors brighter. Tropic Fresh has antibacterial agents that kills germs present in your clothing. It's gentle on hands, and the smell? Longer, fresh fragrance. Available in original and lemon scents, and in various sizes. Tropic Fresh laundry detergent. Agents and distributors, Caress Distribution Limited.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Conditions partly cloudy, winds calm, temperature at 27.6 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 80%. Barometric pressure 10.9 millibars, 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature 29.9 degrees Celsius, today's minimum temperature 25.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:48 p.m., sunrise tomorrow at 5:54 a.m. Forecast partly cloudy to cloudy at times with a few scattered showers and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Synopsis: unstable conditions will continue to affect the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium. Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer. We'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer. The #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
Once again, The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that the third round CONCACAF Nations League between Vinci Heat and Suriname ended in a 2-2 draw at the Annersville playing field today. Vinci Heat went into the match second in Group B on 4 points, with Suriname on 6 points. Here are some highlights from today's match. Vinci Heat will meet Suriname in their away match on Monday. The last time Barbados Tridents made the CPL final in 2015, Kieran Pollard was their captain. 4 years later, Tridents, led by Jason Holder, toppled Pollard's Trinbago Knight Riders in front of a Ruka's Trinidad's crowd to set up a final clash with Guyana Amazon Warriors, who won 11 of their 11 games in CPL 2019 so far. A torrential downpour had delayed the arrival of Trident's team bus. A floodlight tower experienced power failure. JP Dumini was forced to retire hurt in the first innings, but Tridents beat the odds to end Knight Riders' hopes of a three-peat. Stephanie Taylor powered her NLCB Revelers to an impressive 9-wicket victory over Coast Gladiators in the CPL Women's T10 NLCB Challenge Clash at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy last night. The Gladiators recovered from a slow start to post what looked like a challenging 74 for 2 from their 10 overs on the back of a Hayley Matthews unbeaten 46. With the pitch a touch slow and the boundaries playing to their full size, it promised a tough chase for the Revelers, but Taylor made light work of it. The two ties met again in the court's invitation on Saturday afternoon ahead of the Hero Caribbean Premier League CPL final. In the boys division of the Primary Schools Table Tennis Championship yesterday, the Paget Farm Government School defeated Layou Government School 3-2 at the previous location of the Anglican Primary School on Bay Street in Kingstown. In the secondary schools boys division at the same venue, St. Joseph Convent Mariquard defeated Bethel High School 3-0. Beckwith Community High School beat St. Joseph Convent Kingstown 3-1 in the girls division, and Beckwith Community High School won by default against St. Joseph Convent Mariquard, who played their match with one player short. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Tourism is for me. Tourism is for you. Tourism is everyone's business. Yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. In the junior division of the Secondary School Netball Championship, Bishop's College Kingstown defeated Mountain View Adventist Academy 6-0 at the Kingstown Netball Center at New Montrose yesterday. North Union Secondary School won yesterday's second match in the junior division. They beat Georgetown Secondary School 12-10. In the senior division, Mountain View Academy outplayed Bishop's College Kingstown 32-3. Georgetown Secondary dominated their match against North Union Secondary with a 16-2 victory. At the Arnoldville Sports Complex, St. Joseph's Convent beat St. Joseph's Convent Kingstown 11-5, and Tremico Ontario Secondary School beat Petit Boudel Secondary 23-6 in the junior division and 19-6 in the senior division. In the Hyrule National Lotteries Authority Northeast Football League yesterday afternoon, Diamonds maintained their unbeaten run with a 2-0 victory over Greggs at the Chili Plain Field in Georgetown. Osei Thompson and Javon Samuel scored both goals. Primetime gained a 2-1 victory over Hand in Hand in the Hyrule KCCU Digital Richland Park 9-a-side football championship at the Richland Park Oval yesterday afternoon. Shima Wilkes and Roshim Garo scored a goal each for primetime, while the goal for Hand in Hand was netted by Yassim Descent. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
The body moves in many expressive ways. The freedom of movement is often taken for granted until that freedom is restricted by pain. Myers Pain Kill Gel is scientifically formulated to alleviate muscle and joint inflammation. With this gel, you can target the pain in areas where it's needed the most. Bring the joy of movement back into your life with Myers Pain Kill Gel. Available at leading stores and pharmacies in SVG.
Welcome to Finishing and Furnishing, where a warm and friendly staff awaits you. At Finishing and Furnishing, you feel like you're in a home away from home. You will find a wide range of bedroom, living room, and appliances displayed in a stunning setting. When dealing with furniture, you need to take into consideration the colors of your room. That's why at our Penta Studio, we supply the best in interior and exterior paints. Have wooden furniture? Well, we also have stains, sealers, lacquers to get that matte or gloss finish of your desire. So give us a call at 457-2206 and come on down to Finishing and Furnishing today and start building the home of your dreams.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Minister of Finance and Economic Planning defends the government's decision to get involved in hotel development. Lawyers representing a former education minister in Jamaica and 4 others accused of milking state coffers said the allegations are false and unsubstantiated. European powers urge Turkey to cease Syria operation. And in sports, Barbados Tridents defy the odds to reach CPL final. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Barvin Olver. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV's News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set? Set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for Life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
You like drinks with sugar because they give you energy. But having just one each day equals 50 pounds of sugar a year.